What is going on, Bold Nation, and welcome to the unboxing of the Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition. And today we're going to be doing an unboxing and review, and we will be answering multiple questions. One is, should you purchase this if you have an old Xbox, if you have an Xbox S? Should you upgrade? The other question is, should you purchase this if you don't have a console? And is it worth you actually spending the $500 to actually get this Xbox One, either Scorpio Edition or just a regular standard Xbox One X? Now, if you're coming from the PS4 Pro or you're coming from a PlayStation 4, you're also going to want to know is should you actually pick this one up or if you shouldn't. So we're going to answer all those questions, but before we get started, let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy. As you guys see, we have a nice black complete box right here. We're going to harness the power that we have with us because this is supposed to be the most powerful console, and let's do this unboxing. Let me harness the power. Alright guys, so now that we used our awesome powers to actually open this bad boy up, let's talk about what it comes with. It comes with a power cable. As you guys know, one of the coolest features about this Xbox is that the power brick no longer is outside the box. It's actually internally inside the Xbox, so all you need is just a regular standard cable to plug in and power your Xbox. So really cool feature to have. No more power brick enabled right there on the console. Next up, it comes with the HDMI cable, but this is not your standard HDMI cable. This is compatible with technology that's 2.2, which is the brand new technology for the HDMI, and it's also HDR ready, so you do not have to buy an additional HDR 4K cable. It actually comes with one, so if your TV is 4K and it's HDR, you don't have to go buy another cable. You can just definitely just use the cable that the Xbox One X provides you with. Next up, it also comes with some Duracell batteries for your controller. We'll take a little bit closer look at the controller and give you guys an in-depth look at that. But before, I want to get started with these. What does these include? So in here, behind this one, we have access to a plethora of games. You're going to be able to access a bunch of games. It gives you a 14-day trial to play all these games. You're able to go ahead and enter a code, and it'll allow you to play and download all these games for 14 days. Not only that, but it also comes with a 14-day trial of Xbox Live. So you don't have Xbox Live and you're just picking up the Xbox, and you want to figure out what's exactly going on. If you know any good games or anything like that, you're more than welcome to hop on in here and get that 14-day trial. That's what comes with the box. Next up, we also have the stand, so you can stand this up vertically. As you guys remember, the old Xbox One, you weren't able to stand it vertically. The X you are, but this one comes with the stand. This is the Xbox Scorpio Edition, where you're able to mount the Scorpio on top, standing vertically. And now let's take a little bit look at the controller. So this is your new Xbox One X controller. Now this one is different because this is the Scorpio Edition. As you guys see right here, it says Scorpio Edition right down the middle. Your regular standard Xbox One controller looks very similar to all the previous Xbox One's controllers. If you are familiar with the Xbox One, I just want to give you guys a quick overview. Of course, this is where you put your 3.4mm jack, and the batteries go in here. Very easy. If you have an Xbox One Elite, you'll probably be using that, but if you don't and you're new to the Xbox, then this is the controller and what it looks like. So now let's take a look at the actual Xbox X. If you had a previous Xbox One X Gen 1, you're going to notice the biggest difference is how small this is compared to the first gen. If you're coming from an Xbox One S, then you're going to notice that it's very similar, but still a little bit smaller and more compact down the middle. One thing I do want to point out that I do like from the previous Xbox is it has no glossy stuff, so fingerprints won't be magnetized all over the console, which makes it really, really good. Let's go ahead and give you guys a quick 360 overview of what the console, components and how it looks on each side, and then we'll talk a little bit about if it's worth you upgrading and what can you expect out of a console. Alright, so let's take a look at the bottom right here, guys. We have the following components. We have first, of course, your power cable, HDMI out, HDMI in from your cable device. So if you have a, pretty much a DirecTV dish or whatever, you can plug it in right there. You have two USB ports, IR out, and a optical cable, and a Ethernet cable. Next up, this is what the side would look like. Of course, your stand will go there. That's where we'll plug it in right there, so it can stand up vertically. Alright, so now let's take a look at the front. We have a USB port right here, right dab in the front. As you guys remember, it was on the side previous to that. We have a sync button. The power is also up there with the Xbox. And of course, you have the IRC one, which is going to be able to control stuff any way you like. And of course, the injection one to eject your CD drive or anything that you have. It has a nice rubbery feel on the bottom, which makes it really cool. So it's going to be nice and sturdy. It's not going to be going anywhere if it's moving. If you're standing this, horizontally, and it's not going to be going anywhere. So you guys can make sure it's going to stay steady whether you put it vertically or you put it horizontal. So now to answer the question all of you guys are asking, one question that I have had a lot in my comments is, will it play the Xbox One games? So that question, yes, guys, this one, you're just upgrading to an Xbox One X, but it will still play Xbox One games. So just, it was a question that was being asked a lot for me on Twitter. So I do want to address that. If you have an Xbox, it'll play those games as well. And you don't have to worry about that. It only plays Xbox One X games. It plays all the games as well. So what exactly does this do that other consoles don't do? So as of right now, guys, this is the most powerful Xbox One, the most powerful the most powerful console currently right now in our generation. It's better than the Switch, it's better than the PS4, it's better than the PS4 Pro, it's better than the Xbox One X, and it's better than the Xbox S. So if you're looking for a console that is the most powerful thing in the world and that you're going to get the best quality of graphics and loading time and all that good stuff, then this is the one you're definitely going to want to invest. So that's what you're looking for. You should definitely purchase this. If you have an Xbox One S, should you upgrade? I would still recommend you upgrading just because you're going to get more fidelity with your graphics. You're going to get quality as far as loading time. The UI is a lot more enhanced. You're going to notice that you're not going to be sluggish when you're moving through different parts of the menu, and I highly recommend it. Now, the biggest question is it worth the $500? If you have a PlayStation 4, if you have a PlayStation 4 Pro, if you have a Xbox One or a Xbox One S, should you spend the $500 to actually upgrade to this one or pick this one up? Now, keep in mind, guys, there is a lot of power within this console. I mean, I would go over the specs, but I don't want to go ahead and bore you with all the GPU, CPU, and all that good stuff. I just want to go ahead and give you guys a straight out answer. Should you upgrade? Now, you have to put this in mind. This is going to let you play in 4K. It's going to let you play in HDR. It's going to give you the 60 frames per second. Now, let's take that into consideration. If you were to build a PC for $500, that's all you had, $500, and they told you, build a PC with these specs, would you be able to do that with $500? Now, there might be some computers out there that you would probably be able to do, but it's going to be very, very hard, especially with the fluctuation of prices with the new, GPUs that are coming out, and how that prices have been going up on those. You're not going to be able to output that much power on a PC for $500. So you got to think, should I upgrade if I want sort of like a PC quality if I want that on a console, then this is the console for you. If you want to have that good fidelity, good GPU, good graphics, really good FPS and all that stuff, then you should definitely upgrade. Now, the other question is it worth upgrading if you already own a PS4 Pro? Now, regarding all that is, you got to think about this one. One thing, the biggest problems with PS4 and Xbox is that they have exclusive games. I'm not going to be covering the exclusive games that much because currently right now there's not like these games that you're like, man, I really want to get that console. PS4 does have some really good ones, like Horizon Zero Dawn and a few others, and we have some coming up, coming in 2018. So those we're going to leave a little bit to the side. I'll cover that a little bit later. But you got to think multiplayer platform games like Call of Duty, like Destiny and all those games, will they look better on this console? And the answer to that is yes. If you want to play a game and make it look really, really nice, then this is the console you're going to want to play with. Now, granted, you're going to need a really good monitor. Now, if you have a 4K monitor, highly recommend you pick this up. HDR monitor, highly recommend you pick this up. If you have a 1080p monitor, you're still going to be looking a lot better than you would on a regular console. It'll still even look better than the PS4 Pro. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, granted, the games have to be patched in order for them to have that nice fidelity. There's games that are already patched. The biggest one I could tell you guys right now is Gears of War. That thing looks better on this than anything you could probably play that game on. Now, Call of Duty World of War II will be getting a patch, and it will be better looking than anything you've ever played on in any other console. This is going to be the console you're going to want to go ahead and play that game on. Shadow of War as well, Assassin's Creed, to name a few. Those games are all going to look better here. So now it's time to answer that question, guys. Should you pick this up? Should you spend the $500? I would highly recommend you guys do. If you don't have a really monster PC, definitely pick this up. If you want to play games that are going to look better here than they do on any other console, pick this one up. If you're looking for exclusive games, you might want to wait until we get some showing, from Microsoft as what's going to be coming out in 2018. Currently, right now, the Xbox exclusive games aren't that solid right now. We do have Gears of War, Forza, which look amazing on this console. And if you guys are into racing games, of course, Forza is the best game you could probably play. And if you're like looking for a really good FPS, then definitely Gears of War is something you should try if you've never tried it before. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, all the multiplayer games will look better on this console. So if you're looking for a good console that performs very similar to a PC with really good, 60 frames per second and that HDR 1080p 4K stuff, then this is the console you should definitely consider picking up. This has been my unboxing and review of the Xbox One X Scorpio. If you did pick one up, let me know in the comment section down below. If you're planning on picking up or you have any additional questions, make sure you guys drop them down in the comment section down below. And don't forget, guys, for all things gaming related, make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.